Put SWOT together because support is traditionally a reactive model. And our guys are brilliant. They're seriously some of the brightest people in performance analysis industry in the world. And they're in the back room. And I wanted to bring them to the front. And I modelled it on the Apple Genius Bar model, to be honest, where you go into an Apple shop and these geeks are front and centre. They're the centre of an Apple shop. And we look at them and go, God, they're amazing. So I thought, Genius Bar? Our guys are better. Let's give them a name, give them a passion and bring them to the centre, and let's give them something to be proud of. So SWOT developed from that whole concept of taking them from the back room and really putting them where they deserve to be, right at the front of the company. And it's been an amazing transition. It's given them pride. It's an amazing thing. The traditional role is to solve problems, customers' problems, in a reactive environment. I like to say the new model is we're going to solve the problems before they even arise. Create new environments and thought-leading, thought-challenging situations where we can take teams from just doing game analysis to doing real performance analysis that makes a difference. If you think about performance analysis, in the modern world, it is about changing the game today to win today. I have the saying, you can't win today's game tomorrow. So we have to do things as an analysis team that's going to affect the results of the game today. No point in reviewing it on Monday and saying, God, it'd be great if only we did something. Pointless. So our guys, the SWOT team's challenge is to help our clients get to that position where they're really making a difference. And they do that through coming out with ideas, challenging them, showing them better ways of doing things, and just really being a real thought-leading group of people that's going to change an industry, really. And so we get it right, it's phenomenal. No, they'll do that. We've still got to do the traditional support model, but I want them being proactive, getting out there, and if you were the client, coming to you and saying, I'd like to help you improve. Let's work together to change that paradigm. Let's move together ahead, not you coming to me and saying, hey Philip, I want to do better. That's too late. By the time you're thinking about it, you're halfway through the season, your results may not be what they want to be. So let's us work together in a proactive environment where we're coming in and saying, have you tried this? Have you done that? What about this? If I can challenge you, or they can challenge the clients, and the clients take one or two things, we improve together. Reactive is yesterday, proactive is where we've got to be. It's driving ahead. Every country we go into, we make 2 appointments. We make a salesman and a SWOT team person. Traditionally, we put one in, the salesman, and then a year later we'd put a support person in. Now we're saying, as soon as we start, it's one of each. Our guys are capable of handling probably 60 to 100 clients per year. In the intensity I want it to be, I've mandated the support managers or SWOT managers to grow the business. That includes growing the human resource. Ideally, half a pace ahead of the industry, not too far ahead. It takes us about 6 months to train a person, and we're trying to take people from the industry. So in Malaysia, just recently, we employed a person from the Sports Institute. We'll now spend 6 months training her, bringing her up to where we believe the industry should be, and she'll be phenomenal. If you look at Ryan Vins, for example, ex-Buffalo Sabres, very good already, now phenomenal. The guys in Australia, the football clubs and the sports institutes. So we can grow it, and we are committed to growing it at the right rate. Hopefully only half a pace ahead, not too far ahead. And that's my challenge, is to get that balance absolutely right. But I can see in 3 to 5 years the SWOT team being triple the size it is today, and excited about that. How do we come up with them? I love the saying that people ask me how many developers we have. And I just smile and say, we've got over 9,000 developers. And then they look at you and say, what the hell are you smoking? And it's every client is contributing ideas. We then take those ideas and collectively discuss them, adapt them, change them, add to them, sometimes throw them out. And that's the thought base for the future products, is our clients. We're just developing version 3 of Stream at the moment. And Darren from Tennis Australia's come in with all these ideas that he's made it a much better product. So we've again changed those a little bit, just made them so that The clients want, you know what it is, the architect, the builder, and then the owner. So we're trying to get that balance right, so we're somewhere in the middle there. That's a really great thing for the company, is to have this just massive development base, if you want to call it that. Not programmers, but idea creators. The question was, well, what do I think is the best product or best feature? Something that people don't use, and it's the dynamic matrix. Because I've always been about performance analysis, not about film editing or game editing. The dynamic matrix allows you to compare the matrix, which is a grid of all the statistical information, on a time-by-time basis. So I can slide this, and the game just evolves in front of me numerically. And then every number is backed up by video. So I can see absolute critical passages of play just develop right in front of me, just by stretching. I guess you'd stretch a spreadsheet open, if you want to call it that, and your numbers are just filling and populating as time goes by. And then I can compare this period to this period. In the traditional models, we've always compared 10-minute periods of sports, the first 10, the second 10, and then that. We're saying that's irrelevant as sport develops. It could be a 7-minute period, it could be a 6-minute period. It's not the traditional models. You have to change all that if you're going to really improve and enhance your performance. So the matrix, this dynamic matrix, gives them that phenomenal ability to do that. Now, I would suggest out of our 9,000 clients, less than 10% would be using it, which is amazing. So maybe I'm just on a different wavelength, but yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it depends on the coaching staff. We can have as little impact as they like, and therefore just be a better way of doing what they've done in the past. Or we can make a huge impact and really change the game, change their philosophies on how they play the game, coach the game, and in fact implement strategies during the game. By using the tools to empower them during the game, during training, and the players to make changes immediately. You have to make changes to win. Coach K says you have to create the opportunity to get better. We provide that opportunity with the resources and the information we give them. It's then for the coaching staff to grab that and do something with it. If they don't change their paradigms, then our impact is minimal. If they really embrace it, I think it's huge. We have many customers say that they got to the Big Ten because we were on the A team, which is great. You know, they said, you can't get there without us. We've had customers that have merely done a little bit but improved their daily process and said, we're great. We have one customer in Australia, literally has one button in the code window. We're going to get them to 2 this year. I mean, it's an amazing thing. They love it. They love it because it's improved their whole process. Impact minimal, improved efficiency. Get them to, and it's in the healthcare, get them to 100 buttons, the impact would be huge, but we'll come with them as opposed to try and drive them. So I think it's up to the coaching staff to embrace our technologies and philosophies. They will guide the level of impact as opposed to us saying we're going to make a huge difference. We know we can, and we get there. Teams have said, we have helped. We've got them to the Big Ten. We've kept them in the Premiership. We make a difference, but it's got to come from the coaches. It can't come from us. I say we charge the most amount of money in the world for a blank sheet of paper because it is 100% adaptable. We enable the clients to code in their language, and by that I don't mean French, Italian or English. I mean in their terminology. So they develop their own coding templates to get to the coaching philosophy. Every coach should not coach the same. So my language set will be different than your language set. My coding needs to reflect my language set. So it is 100% adaptable. And as I say, we start with a blank sheet of paper, and if you look at some of what we call the code windows now, they're complex. They've got thousands of buttons in them, and it started from a blank sheet, and it's developed for that coaching language. So 100% adaptable. Absolutely. In fact, probably 3 steps behind. You know, today's sport is so quick, so fast, so informed. I don't think you can really be in the modern world without video. And not just in game day, in training. If you look at the players of today, they are a digital beast. We live in the digital world. So if we're not using the digital environment to train them, then we're missing out. So I think it's probably 3 steps behind, not 1 step behind. We have products that fit each pricing range. And you're right, I mean, for a high school, we take their budget for a year. For a professional team, we take their budget for a day, a week. We do that through the price. The Sports Tech Game Breaker and Sports Code Game Breaker are well priced, phenomenally priced products. So we've done that, and feature sets adjust, but we give them an upgrade path to get to elite when they're ready. So we try and help people. We've got rental systems, lease systems and things like that, but that's still taking their money. But we've used product and features to adjust for the various markets. We're down to students, by the way, and individual coaches buying their own systems. So not just the organisations. Yeah. Because it is good. I mean, it is designed around coaches' needs. It is not designed to be a computer programmer's program. It's designed to be a coach's program. So as soon as you get that usability, then they stay with it. I've had one coach tell me it's his legal daily dose of drugs. He's got to get his fix of sports code because it teaches him so much. Absolutely. And they keep using it because the knowledge they learn and can share is just so powerful. And if you're going to do that, you need to do it daily. Well, firstly, what do I think of as passion? At these conferences, hear and feel the passion. It's amazing. At our internal conferences, the passion's probably 10 times the level of this. It's puts the hairs on your back of your neck. I guess I'd like that to be the key word, vision and passion. And if you look at what we're trying to say, we are about vision, the vision to always improve. Through that comes passion. So those 2 words are the big ones for me, it's vision and passion. Look, there's great sayings, unlocking human potential and things like that, but I think passion, I'd love to think family. It's a funny word because we want everyone to be part of our family. As you grow bigger, the family gets really hard to maintain. But if we swap family for passion, that's okay. But those are the 3 big ones for me. Exciting. Where are we headed? We're going to expand currently we do the capture code, analyse and distribute. You'll see a lot more in that area. The non-sports world is enormous for us. And at the moment it's about 13% of our world business. In 5 years' time, it will be 40 to 50% of our world business. And that's enormous. When you think of our impact in education, healthcare, services, just anywhere where vision is a learning tool, that's the absolute future. I have a deal going down in China at the moment, which is for 20,000 schools. Exactly. It's huge. Now, it may or may not happen, that's okay, but start to realise our impact in education. That's an exciting future for us. We have schools in England that every child has an iPad with our product on it, doing their schoolwork using Sports Tech Game Breaker. So doing a social studies project on the study of a river ecosystem, videoing it, chopping it up, using our products and writing the stories within our products to submit to the principals. Now start to think of that on a global basis, and we've got an exciting, very exciting future ahead of us. So, yeah. Medicine's huge. We had Theodore present on day 1. Healthcare is the same as sport. Absolutely the same. The processes a player goes through and a doctor goes through are the same. Decision making and all of these. In healthcare, 90% of errors are human factors, related to human factors. And Theodore put up that there was between, I think it was 98,000 avoidable incidents in American healthcare every year. If we can, and that's 90% of that is related to human factors. If we can reduce that or help reduce that to, let's say, 10%, potentially we've saved 80,000 avoidable incidents. And all we're doing is looking at the teamwork to try and get that dynamic working so we can avoid mistakes. Absolutely enormous, and geez, I tell you, the impact is huge. Forget the cost side, just look at the lives saved, and that's an amazing situation that we're looking at. Yeah.